And we're back for the third session of Baldur's Gate 3 with our evil wizard, where we make most of the evil choices we can. Even though it's not Dark Urges, it's still pretty evil. We're gonna go the route with Menthara and all of the absolute good stuff. So welcome back, and last we left off, we escaped the Nautiloid and we kind of pushed our luck a little bit. I almost died 2 times, and we leveled up once. And with all that being said, we just rested, we talked a little bit to everybody, and now we are good to go out on the field again. We have Astarion, which is a rogue. He's gonna be kind of a ranged combat, and we have Lae'zel and Shadowheart to be the front line, while our wizard is gonna be dishing out massive damage and crowd control from the back. Alright. So, I actually never left camp. Okay, it's leave camp here. Since the early access, so I wasn't exactly sure, and we can see we came all the way to Wither, which is a Necromancer skeleton cleric kind of thing. He was guarded by a few skeletons, which for our character is very nice. We do enjoy skeleton, and soon we'll be able to raise them. Can't wait on that one for real. And now we can explore a little bit this cave that was right next to where he was. And the cave itself feels very weird, but there is a lever which brings down an iron ladder, and I have no clue where this goes. I kind of forgot a lot of things since the early access, and also I'm assuming they changed a lot of it. But it brings us here, which is the hatch right next to the temple. Alright. That is overall pretty nice. Oh,
What's that? It's packed too tight. I'll need a shovel.
need for a shovel. Can I leave? Now the real question would be, can I leave traces? Like, can I leave stuff on the map that's like, hey, right here, shovel, place marker. I can! Let's go. That's awesome. And I can even name them. Yeah, so right here there is a shovel mound. So whenever we're gonna be able to buy a shovel, and what the hell is that noise? But once we're gonna be able to buy a shovel,
if I choose to kill you,
we'll do that.
see it.
Survival fail? From everyone? Astarion didn't make it.
What's that? I need a shovel to dig this up.
Okay. And another shovel. Awesome. Shovel. And you best believe I'm coming back to each and every one of these. I don't care. Awesome. It was a pretty good survival check, right? It was 10. Oh wow, people just rolled like doo-doo. Alright, so we kind of cleared up this temple, mostly. There is a lot, there is like a trap in there that I didn't clear up yet, but what? What?
So, you know about these parasites. Will we survive them?
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure.
Okay, I don't really know what that check was for. Oh, entangled. Oh, because there was an entangling arrow earlier on. Yeah, I forgot. Short bow, dragon egg, mushroom. I'm gonna be taking most of. I'm gonna be taking most of the crafting equipment I can find. Just in case. I don't really know if I'm gonna craft all that much, but I do love
Check it out, but be careful.
dirt mound. Another one?
No use digging with my bare hands.
But there is a shovel! Oh my god. You know what this means. You know what this means. We're going back for the shovel. I don't care. It can take forever, but hey, as long as I get to take all the loot. I don't know if they're still moving when I press tab, so I'm just gonna test it out. Are you guys still moving when I press tab? Yes, you are. Alright. So I can just kind of look at everything. I'm gonna equip you with the amulet, and I'm just gonna give this to... You have the underwear? What? Alright. I'm just gonna give that to you. Shovel can go... Well, you can keep the shovel. So I will be able to learn Ray of Enfeeblement later on. That's pretty neat. I still cannot give the item from Shadowheart back to her. Might as well learn this while I'm at it. And you had the Watcher, 0 to 7 damage. It's a versatile weapon. Death's Promise. When the spear misses its target, the wielder next attack roll against the target gains True Strike. So you get whenever you miss, you gain an attack, a bonus roll. But it's a versatile weapon. Do you have proficiency? But it's a -1. It would be a +1. I guess it's only a strength weapon, because versatile does not mean finesse. Would it be better for you? So right now, no. Oh my god, your weapon is so good right now. Yeah, nah, I'm not.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as
I'm not giving it to anyone. I think I'm just gonna sell it. Most likely.
Aren't you worried your kind will punish you for consorting with us?
My name is Lazelk Chucky, and my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
Ooh. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. I'm just gonna learn the spells, and I'm gonna take all. Being a wizard can be quite expensive. You can see where I'm already like down a few gold. And I'm kind of keeping everybody's gold on me, which is, which look can be good or bad. Oh, detect thought. That's gonna be so good later on. Send them over to me. Yeah, that's gonna be so good later on. All right. And then the next dirt mound was right here.
Here goes nothing.
Perfect. Well, that wasn't exactly the... that wasn't exactly the fastest way to do it, for sure, but... I'm pretty happy that I won't have to kind of think about it the whole time. And now I can remove them. Yes. Perfect. Perfect and awesome. Love it. Love to see that. And I'm kind of just gonna clear most of the map. So back in early access, I explored everything in my playthrough, and that's kind of what I'm gonna try to do this time around. I'm basically just gonna try to offer this to offer this as kind of like as close to a playthrough as my own playthrough would be. Oh.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now!
You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Please! There's no time!
Good luck. His Zevlor's like, good luck, my dude.
By The nine hells! Open the gates! Cannon! No!
The animations are so much more polished, I feel.
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
Okay. Good old initiative. So, right now, we're kind of forced to work with the druids. I'm gonna side with the goblin in this playthrough. Rallied. What does rallied do? Kind of curious. 8 temporary hit points by a friendly combatant rallying cry. Alright, so first things first. I'm rallied, but I don't have mage armor, which is very much my bad. I should have done mage armor first. Whenever I left camp. That's on me. That's very bad. Lost a turn, and I'm gonna lost a turn on Gale. No, I don't have Gale anymore. That's right, that's right. Did she try to jump, but she fell and it bugged the game? No, okay, never mind. That would have been so sad.
Got to move.
My sickle and sword, strike them down!
So Will is a companion, a possible companion, and he's pretty cool. Sadly, we're not gonna go with him for sure because he sides with the druid like 100% of the time. But hey, he's cool in my book. Okay, Lazel, you have like the god's best weapon. I want you to just do this, honestly. Honestly, just go for it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll bleed every last one of you!
Ooh. 14 damage. That's kind of a lot for Lazel, but I don't really care. She's a bad girl. She can take it. She can dish it out to you. Don't worry about it. So the goblins aren't very smart, but they have the numbers. So grease. So the goblin used grease on my party. That I'm kind of going to showcase why grease isn't the strongest spell ever. Cause like, wow, okay, I took half of my movement to move, and now all I can do is just I can save spell slots. I don't know if I should help. I think the best idea is gonna be to get up there to kind of have like range advantage on all of these guys and high grounds, because high ground in this game is very important. So I think getting up there is gonna be the most important I can do. Right, so 6 damage, that's fine, and then I'm going up here and just waiting.
Outmaneuver them.
We're gonna switch to our hand weapon. Alright, so Lazel. Oh, you're dead. Oh, yeah, you're dead. Then you're gonna come right here, and I want you to... Oh, does it not do damage? It's 1 to 4 damage, and he had 1... What? Knocked out. What? Oh, I guess it doesn't do... I'm unsure, dude. I'm unsure. I figured maybe it doesn't do full damage, but honestly, unlucky. It's still gonna come, like, here, I guess. $55. Attack for the kill, and then you can come right here, and it's gonna give Asterion bonus damage on it. Okay, okay, he healed me. That's nice. If I push you. Pushing you doesn't really do anything. Alright. They're just throwing healing potions. That's pretty funny. Oh, did we all level up? Oh, that's awesome. Level 3. Brother. That's okay. That's the kind of fight that's already won, so I don't really care about it all that much.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
And we have so many level up. Alright. Let's take some time to do the level ups. Just to be sure we don't miss anything. So we gain more hit point. I don't know if it rolls in the background or if it just gives maximum. I think from what I can see it just gives maximum. So we get level 2 spells. Oh baby, level 2 spells are really good. I'm gonna go over some of the most notable ones. But once again, like in the character creation video, I did mention that some spells were not as good or kind of useless. That's not true. Every spell kind of has its own niche, its own moments to shine, but some of them are more specific than others. So you can see here where we can learn more spells. We can learn new level 1 spells or level 2 spells. Level 2 are spells that are going to require us to level 2 spells are going to be more powerful, but also more expensive to cast, whereas level 1 spells are going to be more common. But since we're a wizard, we can always learn new spells through scrolls and stuff like that. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. So Arcane Lock, obviously, basically it's just locking a door. It can no longer be opened until it's like dispelled. In Tabletop, it's really good. In Baldur's Gate 3, I'm assuming it's gonna have fewer uses. But I'm probably not gonna take it right here, but I'm probably gonna take it if I find a scroll for it. However, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with it. I would be very interested in finding out what the uses for it are, though. Blindness is very good. So basically it makes it so for 10 turns, someone has disadvantage on attack rolls and we have advantage to hitting it. That means basically we have much higher chance than hitting it, much higher chance to hit it, and it has much lower chance to hit us back. It's good. It's also good against some wizard spells, because a lot of wizard spells kind of requires you to be able to see your opponent. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's the kind of spell, once again, I'm probably not gonna learn right now, but I'm probably gonna learn through a scroll at some point. Blur is very good. People have disadvantage on attacking us. The reason why it's good and blindness is a little bit less good is because blindness, it's a constitution saving throw. The person you're casting it on has a chance to negate it, where blur is just on you, so basically you're gonna take the whole thing no matter what. Cloud of Dagger is pretty good, but at the same time, like, we can conjure a Cloud of Dagger to a certain area, it's gonna attack people. It's 4d4. It's good, but it's not, like, for a second level spell, the damage, unless like you reposition it very well, it's kind of lacking, which is not to say it's bad. It's just stuff like Flaming Sphere is kind of the same damage, but you know, it's kind of a different way to go about it, right? So it's 4d4 slashing damage, and it attacks anyone inside the cloud. I don't remember if it's on their turn, like at the beginning of their turn, or at or on the spell's starting turn. That kind of matters a lot. I know Flaming Sphere is gonna be for people inside whenever it gets near them. Crown of Madness is pretty good. Basically, we kind of mind control a humanoid for 3 turns, and it's a wisdom saving throw. So wisdom is pretty good because not a lot of lower intelligence enemies will have it, but druids have it, and like the next enemy we're gonna have for a little while is gonna be druids, because we're siding with the goblins and so on and so forth. And so Crown of Madness, not that good in that particular situation, but it's very good in general. Darkness is very OP, very good. Basically, we just create a big ball of darkness, and they cannot make like ranged attack out of it. They can't do anything inside. And if we look at blind specifically, they have disadvantage on attack rolls. Range attack and reduced to 3 meters. So essentially, they're kind of confined to the sphere of darkness. They're gonna have to take their turn to move out of it. Basically, that's really good for repositioning. In D&D, what you can do is you can put darkness in between you and a pack of enemies. So like, if you're on this side and the enemies are on this side, you put darkness in the middle, and what that does is that the crossfire kind of gets stopped. I don't know if it blocks line of sight for this specific thing in this specific game, but I feel like darkness would be a good thing to have. Dark Vision, we already have Dark Vision, so that's perfectly fine. Detect Thought, we already have the Scroll of Detect Thought, so we're going to be able to learn that, so we don't need to learn it. However, I'm assuming it's going to be very good, and it's until a long rest, but it's concentration. So concentration is a new thing that we're going to have to play a lot with. That it is basically just revolves around the fact that you cannot cast more than one spell that has concentration at once, because you're going to drop your concentration on the spell for the rest of the spells. For clerics, it's a very big thing, because clerics have a lot of strong spells, and they have access to all of them at all time. Almost. They have like prepared spells, but their prepared spells list is very big. But the thing is, you kind of have to choose whenever you cast a spell, because you're going to have to keep concentration on it, and you kind of have to make sure it's the right spell for that moment. So Detect Thought is that kind of thing, but it's going to be a good thing to just keep on us at all time whenever we're in the city or we're interrogating someone. However, we already have it. I'm not going to select it. Enlarge Reduce is very good. Basically, we can enlarge Lae'zel to we can enlarge Lae'zel to become like a monster. They're gonna get a lot of strength out. They're gonna be really good with strength check saving throws, and I don't know how it affects the weapon damage, but I know for a fact it's gonna make her stronger. So enlarge reduce could be a good idea. Flaming Sphere, I think I'm gonna take. It does 2d6. Now, I know 2d6 and 4d4 is very different, but it leaves an AoE of flames on the ground, and so it's kind of like the other parts of Chromatic Orb, where it leaves something on the ground, and that is gonna deal damage. So you can read this as being 3d6 essentially, which is pretty good. I feel like 3d6 is on par with 4d4. 3d6 as like a top level of like 18, but it also puts stuff on fire. So I think that's where it kind of wins out on Cloud of Daggers. Gust of Wind, summon a strong gust that clears all clouds and pushes creature back 5 meters, forcing them off balance. So there is a saving throw, right? Basically, if they succeed the saving throw, they're not gonna be pushed off balance, which is okay, but it's a very big save or suck spell. Hold Person is kind of the same as a save or suck spell. Basically, a humanoid cannot move until we. If it fails a wisdom saving throw, it cannot be hit. It cannot move, so it's gonna be very easy to hit. Like attacks within 3 meters are always critical hits, which is insane. Like if you get this on a person, like on a boss, they're dead. As simple as that. Lazol, that guarantees a crit on it. It's not a guaranteed hit, it's a guaranteed crit, which is very strong. I'm considering taking it, but I'll look over the other ones. So, Invisibility is very good. Touch a creature, turn it invisible, attacks against us have disadvantage, and it attacks with advantage. Obviously, if they attack or they cast a spell while in it, the invisibility is going to wear off. It's a concentration spell, and it lasts 10 turns. That's really good for infiltrating, because the one thing it doesn't tell us here is that basically while you're invisible, unless someone has the ability to see invisible units, it's not going to be able to see us, so we're going to go undetected. So that's really, really good in a lot of cases that are more RP based. Knock, really good. Basically, we kind of remove the need for a lockpick or anything like that. However, it costs a level 2 spell slot. Right now, we have Shadowheart, which is a thief, a trickery domain cleric, so she has good lockpicking, and we have Asterion, which is a rogue. Who is a rogue, and so knock I think right now is not going to be needed. At some point I'm pretty sure we're going to find a scroll. Magic weapon, pretty cool. In general, it's not the kind of spell I go for, but it's pretty cool indeed. The acid arrow is very strong. So we shoot a green arrow, it does 4d4 damage plus 2d4 acid on the turn right after. And on miss the target still takes half the initial damage. So it's not like it's kind of guaranteed damage, but it can miss fairly easily. Web is kind of a better version of Grease. It enwebs people, but that's not exactly what I want right now. Shatter is going to be very strong. It kind of is the same. It kind of is the same as Flaming Sphere, but it like besides it being one, like over time, it's gonna be a one-time thing. So unsafe, people still take half the damage, and all nearby creature and object creature made of inorganic material and stone have disadvantage on their saving throws. That's pretty good. However, it is kind of like, hey, big damage, big whammy. See invisibility. Like I mentioned, if we have invisibility, the only way to be seen is see invisibility. Pretty good once again. I don't think I'm going to use it all that often. However, it is until a long rest. But my thing is, with a lot of these spells, I'm assuming with a lot of these spells, I'm going to be able to find a lot of scrolls for them. So I'll see. Scorching Ray is probably one of the most popular spell out there. We hurl 3 rays of fire, and they each deal 2d6, so it has a potential to deal 6d6. And each of the rays has an attack roll. So it's kind of like Magic Missile, but we're with way more damage, but also you can miss some of them. Most of the time it's gonna hit twice out of the 3, so you're gonna deal about 4d6 damage to an enemy, which is pretty good, but once again, kind of redundant. Rev Enfeeblement, I think we already have a scroll for that, but it's pretty cool. Basically, we weaken a foe, and essentially, if they're strength-based, I don't know what it reduces it to, but okay, they deal half damage with weapon that needs strength. So that's what they did with this version. Phantasmal Force, deal damage to a creature each turn. The type of damage changes to the last type the creature suffered. That's really good, but it's an intelligence saving throw, so a lot of people will be bad against it. A lot of brute strength monster will be bad against it. It kind of is like 10d6 damage if you get it on a creature and the fight lasts for a long time. However, I'm not sure how useful it is. Misty Step is probably one of the best defensive tools, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna take that. And then Mirror Image is really good as well. So right now I'm kind of debating between Flaming Sphere, Shatter, and Scorching Ray for our damage, because a lot of the other spells we have scrolls for. I'm kind of debating in general between Mirror Image and Misty Steps for defensive options. However, I feel like Misty Step is just so good at repositioning yourself. Also, it's a bonus action. That's kind of the big part of it. You can still use your turn afterwards. And I feel that for now, since I have so many of these spells on lock, I'm gonna go for Scorching Ray. With the idea that I'm probably gonna I would want all of these spells. The only thing is I can only choose 2 of them. Misty Step being one of them. And I know I have a bunch of other scrolls. I know stuff like Acid Arrow is fairly common to see. I know stuff like Mirror Image is going to be fairly common to see, especially if we kill mages. It's going to be fairly easy to replace those spells. So I think I'm going to go with Scorching Ray. However, it is also fairly common, but yeah, I think my choice is for Scorching Ray. But an argument could be made for honestly all of these. So yeah. Whew, that was a lot of talking. I apologize for that. That was a long level up, but it's just like whenever there's a new spell, you kind of have to go through all of it again. Alright, Shadowheart. She gets level 2 spells as well. Level 1. She unlocks all of her level 2 spells and the Trickery Domain stuff, so Mirror Image and Pass Without a Trace. Pass Without a Trace, by the way, insanely strong if you want to sneak around, right? So we're going to be able to change her prepared spells whenever we want. So right now, as you can see, she has access to all of her spells. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do Prayer of Healing because it's really good in general. I really like Spiritual Weapon. Spiritual Weapon in most of the time is going to be fairly good. I'm still going to keep Healing Word, but I'm not going to keep Cure Wound. The reason is, if my party gets a lot of damage, I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing afterward, and if they take very little damage and I need to just resuscitate them real quick, I'm gonna go for Healing Word. Bless is always insanely strong. Guiding Bolt, there is a good argument to be had for Guiding Bolt. The one thing I'm gonna have to say is that, oh cool, Spiritual Weapon isn't concentration. I always forget about that one. I never play Cleric, honestly. So we're gonna have concentration on Bless, most likely. Because this is concentration, protection from poison can be very good, warding bond. That's gonna be very good because it's not concentration. Enhanced ability is concentration, blindness, silence is concentration, lesser restoration. We're gonna be able to change it whenever we need it. And yeah, so I think the last one's going to be a Guiding Bolt. So that's going to be the spells for Shadowheart for the time being.
Careful, I bite.
Astarion. So he's going to be able to choose the subclass. So he is Arcane Trickster, I think. Oh, we can choose. Okay. I really like Assassins. You immediately restore action and bonus action at the start of combat. Any successful attack roll against a surprise creature is a critical hit. I feel like him sneaking up on someone, like if I make him invisible, he's an assassin. There's a point to be made for Arcane Trickster, obviously, but I just like Assassin so much more in general, so I'm gonna go for Assassin, which means I don't need to do much customization for him. And then Lae'zel. So she's Battle Master most of the cases. Eldritch Knight, there's a point to be made, but I really like Battle Master in general. Superiority dice are very good, and basically what it does is it gives us maneuvers that we can do. I'm not that good at maneuvers in general, but I think disarming attack is really good, right? We can spend a superiority dice to make an attack and deal an additional 1d8 damage and possibly force the target to drop the weapon they are holding. So disarming attack is very strong in general. There's also pushing attack, right? So we push people back by 4.5 meters, so half of her speed, which is pretty good. So it's like 15 feet. And we deal an additional 1d6. So and then trip attack, obviously. So we can make them prone. The good part about trip attack is that if we land the first strike with trip attack, we're going to be able to have advantage on all of the other ones we're going to do. So I'm going to do trip attack for sure. I'm going to do pushing attack. And then precision attack. So you can spend a superiority dice to add it to the result of an attack roll. So I don't know how this is going to work. But yeah, those are usually the attacks I'm gonna go for. So pushing and trip attack depending on the situation, and then precision attack. Yeah, because the 1d8 goes through no matter what. The additional 1d8 goes through no matter what. Though the results is gonna be basically they're gonna be able to save, right? They're gonna be able to save on it. But yeah, that's pretty good in general. I think those are the best ones, but I could be wrong. And I have no clue how this, because you kind of have to declare it beforehand. So it makes it a lot worse, honestly, but yeah, it makes it a lot worse. Not gonna lie, but we'll see. Alright, now we can loot a little bit. I like that he's not dead, but we're gonna kill him for sure.
At the ready.
Ooh. On a melee hit, possibly inflict a minus d4. So I think it's only good if we follow the absolute, which we will in this playthrough. So I think that's pretty good. So, oh, we're not the one who killed him, so we can't claim the body, which is fine. All right, we're gonna go inside of the Druid Groves then, or not? I was like, are you gonna let us in?
There are children here, you fool!
Oh, I guess I
We were
triggered that
running
cutscene.
for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
Why is her? Why is she the one doing the conversation? Goddamn.
And who the hell are you again?
Show some respect. This woman saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Okay.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Charisma. Woo, success.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
Alright, so she just was chilling. But yeah, it's been about 40 minutes. I'm gonna go on to 45. No, I think I'm gonna call it right now. There's a lot more to be had. I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna see you guys next time because it's been 40 minutes. And I just wanted to put this video out as fast as possible today. But there will be another video going up tonight, most likely, and then tomorrow morning. I'm gonna keep playing like the whole day, most likely. So the videos probably will be longer. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy it, even though this episode was kind of just me leveling up. That's gonna be the title of this, I guess, leveling up time. But yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.